Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Leeds United's Road to the Premier League. Basically, I'm doing a highlight clip thing again. As you can see, we lost to Wolves 2-1 in the simmed game. We've got quite a lot of simmed games coming up, which, as you know, if you've watched my videos before, I sim all away games. Apparently they're complaining that there was a foul that led to the goal, but we didn't win anyway. So I don't see what the problem is. These are the highlights from the Charlton game. Had quite a few good chances. Seem to be getting a bit better at the game now. Beckford scored an absolute screamer there. And also nearly scored another one, but good save from the keeper. But yeah, basically it was pretty much all me for once. I mean, McCormack going close there as well. And I don't know why that's in the highlights, I must have made a mistake, but never mind. Beckford again, going close, good save from the keeper. But in the last minute, Beckford comes up with this. Absolute beauty. So yeah, we won the game 2-1, Beckford scored in the 98th minute, Beckford scored both goals. I am really glad to have him back. The next sim game was against Blackpool, and we won 1-0. Elad Diouf with the goal. Delighted. So things aren't looking so bad now. We should be flying up the table again. White, the name on fans' lips, although he still wants to leave, and I am going to let him leave eventually when a club comes in for him, because I need the money and I have a few players lined up to buy who you will see very soon. As you can see, I've got George Boyd lined up. I don't know if Peterborough will let him go though, so I'm crossing my fingers they do, but I know he's a valuable player to them, so we'll see how that one goes. It's not the end of the world if I don't get George Boyd, but I would like him as a squad player. I'm going to offer a fair bit for him, because I know he's a valuable player to them. And we'll see where that goes. Like I say, I have got a few players in mind as well, which you will see in a minute. I've got Alan Tate, who obviously is on loan for the real Leeds United and done a great job. Keeping Pearce out of the team, which I think is really unlucky for Pearce, because he didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, it was a really harsh red card that led to him getting the suspension as well. And I know Leeds United appealed it and they lost their appeal, so that's a bit of a shame for him, but as long as we keep winning games, he should stay in the team. And yeah, Jerome Thomas as well. I'm hoping to get him for a steal of a price because he's in his last year of his contract. So I'm going to offer a ludicrous amount and see if West Brom bite. He is a player I really do want. He's coming for us and he's been terrific. We really missed him against Derby on Saturday. We looked woeful without him, so hopefully he's back for the next game. Max Gradle. Maybe when we're in the Premiership I will come in for him, because at the moment I just can't afford him. So unfortunately I'm going to have to leave him out. Nicky Wells as well I'm looking at, but Bradford don't want to let him go. And Theo Robinson from Derby, a player I have always liked and I would absolutely love to see in a Leeds shirt for real. I'm going to go for him because he wants to leave Derby, and I could really do with his pace and use him as an attacking midfielder. I think he becomes really good as well later on. I mean, he's only 23, he's got an overall of 66. Yeah, that's poor, but his form is good and he's very happy morale-wise, which has been my problem. My players are not very happy because I keep switching the squad around, but I have to because of injuries and whatnot. Anyway, the next game was Peterborough at home, and these are the goals. McCormack turns his man very nicely there and slots it into the bottom corner. Absolute beauty of a goal. And in the 88th minute, a lapse of defending again and a mistake to give the ball away. Peterborough caught me on the break, and after a great ball over the top and the cross into the middle, I should have closed him down there. Tomlin scores in the 88th minute. I seem to be making a habit of conceding late goals, and it is really starting to irritate me. Alot Diouf though, oh, he's missed a sitter there. Alot Diouf should have scored. That would have won me the game as well, because that was in the 86th minute. That was literally from the kick-off after Peterborough scored. But yeah, 1-1 against Peterborough, a team who I've always liked. If I wasn't a Leeds United supporter, I would support Peterborough. Don't ask me why, I just really like the club, and you know, I like the way the club's run. I think the chairman is open and honest to everyone, and I would love to have a chairman like they do. I know they're a selling club and they're having to sell players, but it happens to a lot of clubs. I mean, look at Arsenal, for example. Robin van Persie at Manchester United. Oh god, that name makes me feel sick. But yesterday, scoring against Man City last minute, a player who Man City really wanted. What comes around goes around, I guess. I've decided to let a few players go on loan. Sutherland is one. I'm going to take McCormack off the transfer list for the simple fact he is now scoring goals and he's valuable to me. And I'm going to take AD White off the transfer list as well. I don't want him to go for a cheap price. I'm going to also offer him a new contract, because if he does stay, I think he will be a valuable asset to squad rotation, but not the first team. So we've offered him a contract there. If he does go, I wouldn't mind the money, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to send Varney on loan, because he's just crap. He really is. I don't think he's even scored a goal for us in the real world, never mind on FIFA. He hasn't scored in FIFA either. Carnes, I should have done this a long time ago. He's going to go out on loan as well. He's only 19. He's going to be a decent little keeper when he's older. And Joshua King, yes, Joshua King, the person I hyped up so much, I'm going to send out on loan. And I can guarantee you, clubs will snap him up, because he will be an asset to the clubs who are in the lower divisions. West Brom have, well, Jerome Thomas himself has said, I'm not happy with that contract, can you offer me another? What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer him another contract, but the only change I'm going to make is I'm going to make him an important first team player, well, crucial first team player, because that's the truth really. He's going to be straight in my first team. And Theo Robinson is also being accepted. That's great news, because I really wanted him as an attacking midfielder, and he can also go on the wing or up front if needs be, so he's a really useful player to have. So I'm quite chuffed with the fact they've allowed him to leave. Fingers crossed he accepts this contract and we hopefully soon see him in a Leeds shirt. Okay. Offering for Sutherland already on loan to Swindon Town. Yep, he can go. I'm not going to stall or anything over loanees. I mean, I want people... Oh, I've had an offer from Reading for AD White. I'm going to have a counter offer for 2.4 million and see where it goes. I can't see them biting just yet. The least I'd let him go for is 2 million. I mean, 2 million would let me buy Jerome Thomas, Theo Robinson, and possibly another player that I have in mind, who you will find out about very soon. Alan Tate's contract, I'll just give him a little bit more money and sign on the dotted line. So it's looking up this. We're getting a few players in. Oh, White's no longer unsettled. He needs to make up his bloody mind, because I've just transfer listed him and now I've untransfer listed him and offered him a new contract, and now he says he wants to stay, and now I've had I don't know. I've had an offer from Reading, and if he goes, he goes. Basically, I could do with the money. I want to buy some quality in. Anyway, let's sim this game against Hull City in the FA Cup, and we won 1-0 and McCormack missed a penalty again. Thinking of changing him to Alot Diouf if he's on the pitch as my penalty taker, for the simple fact he keeps missing. Oh, right then, on to the next game. Actually, 1 second. Is that Leicester City? Yeah, Leicester City won. As I thought, Reading have said no. We're not willing to pay 2.4 million, so I tell you what, you can have him for 2 million. Failure to spot handball ruins Hull City's manager's day. Okay. They always have these kind of stories when games are simmed, but nothing like that happens when you actually play the game. Right. We are going to offer Jerome Thomas yet another contract and cross our fingers that this is it. Alan Tate has been accepted. Joshua King, Notts County want him on loan. Notts County have got a hell of a striker on their hands now, because it's not the fact that I don't think he's good enough. He is. It's just the fact that I want to get Beckford and McCormack to get a strike partnership up front. Elad Diouf as cover, so there's really no room for Joshua King. I mean, Proctor and Sutherland were a mistake. I should not have bought them, but I will be selling them come January. It's saying that he's looking towards a Leeds United move, so that's good news. Reading are in talks with White. Hopefully he goes. As I say, I could do with the Wonga. Oh, that's a word I haven't used in a while. Wonga, as I thought, Peterborough have said no. Oh. Alan Tate is now a Leeds United player. For real. Hooray. And it's just telling me that Dominic Pollion wants to go on loan to Crewe Alexandra. He can go. And we've got him. We've got Thomas at a cut price. Deal of the transfer window. Surely that. I am well happy with that. Getting him for that price has also allowed me to ponder my next big player that I want. I'll give you a clue. He plays in the Empower Championship. He's a Becchio type player. And he plays for, you guessed it, Brighton. Who is it? It's Craig McCall-Smith. And he's cheap. Cheaper than I thought he would be. So let's inquire about Craig McCall-Smith. And I'm also going to approach them to buy and see roughly how much they want for him. He's in really good form, so that's a plus, but it means his price tag's going to be a little bit higher than usual, which is fine. I can deal with that. Just offer that much. I'm not going to offer him any players. Sign on the dotted line, and they need to, hopefully they accept that. They accept that offer, and we get him. On to the simmed game from Middlesbrough. I'm going to let this one play through a bit. Middlesbrough winning 1-0, 1-1 now. And I'm going to end the game, and we won 2-1. McCormack scored, and Peltier scored as well, I think it says. Oh no, Beckford's injured again. Hopefully it's not too serious. It's just telling me that people going out on loan. Beckford's only out for 2 days. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, Brighton want more money for McCall-Smith, which is what I expected, so that is fine. We should be flying up the table now. Yeah, we're 11th. I was as low as 17th before. So promotion still looks possible, not via automatic, but via the playoffs. I think we can get promoted. especially if I get this young man here, Craig McCall-Smith, because I really rate him. I hope to see him in a Leeds shirt in January, as well as Theo Robinson and no, that's it. George Boyd. Sorry, I don't know where my head was at there. It doesn't look like they're going to let George Boyd go. They will let him go when if Peterborough get relegated, which I really hope they don't, but there'll be a few other clubs in for him as well, I reckon, because it says, you know, he's one of their best players, which he is by a country mile. So we'll sign that and see where that goes. And on to the game against Crystal Palace, who scored once again in the last bloody minute. Poor defending from Pearce, heads the ball straight to the player, who forces a good save from Paddy Kenny, and who then puts it in the back of the net. And that's it really. Tried to get back into the game. Last minute shot, Theo Robinson just could not drive the ball into the net. Gave it straight to the keeper, and that was that. Lost 1-0 to Crystal Palace, despite dominating the game, and as you'll see in a moment, hitting the post. That highlight's coming up now. You see I hit the post. I lost. Need to start putting more of these chances away if I want to get promoted. But still, 1-0 against Crystal Palace is not a bad result. It's unlucky more than anything. So we soldier on and we go on to the next game. A few other games have gone my way anyway in the table, although there's going to be quite a gap now from second to third, I reckon, because Bolton and Blackburn are in a fight for the championship already, and I think there's like an 8-point gap. We'll see in a moment. Just waiting for it to pop up. Wallace, I want to leave. Well, that's all Andy and Dandy, but we want to know where we are in the table. I'm just going to save this. I haven't saved it for a while. And then I will show you the league table and we will end this episode here. So hopefully the players that I've got in can help us surge towards promotion. Hopefully I'll get Craig McCall-Smith. You'll find out in the next video if I manage to get him in or not. George Boyd doesn't look like it's going to happen, which is a little bit disappointing, but I've got Jerome Thomas, so I'm well pleased with that. And as you can see, it's not entirely out of our reach. Need to start winning a few more games. I've won more games than I've lost, but only by 1, which is poor. But, you know, we're halfway through the season. It's still well and truly there to play for. Reading last year, for example, I think they were like mid-table for most of the season, had a late surge, won 12 games or something daft like that on the spin, and ended up winning the championship. So hopefully Leeds can pull something like that out of the bag. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, guys. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you for the next one. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you take care. Cheers, bye.